All right, so here is Amontis's new 84 SVO.
Hell yeah, it's been a while, but there's a new project, and it will be a project. So be expecting another series along the EF.
Yep. So let's give a little walk around on what makes an SVO an SVO. Because this is a Fox body, but it is not a regular Fox body, for those that do not know. Anyways, as you can tell, the front end is kind of different.
As a Subi connoisseur myself, I had to get the one with the hood scoop functional. It is a 2.3 liter turbo engine, pushing about the same horsepower as the 5.0 of the same year. I'm pretty sure it was the automatic ones, right?
Yeah, so actually no, I think it was the same as the manual ones. They're the same 84 horsepower, yeah, 84. And then in 85, when they went EFI, they had to actually nerf the SVO because the SVO was faster than the 5.0s. Now this one actually is pretty quick. Like first gear is really like nice and short. The gearing in the back is also different because it's an SVO. I think it's like 3.5 something, but it's like a really good rear end for it. Yeah. Has disc brakes all the way around, 5-lug bolt pattern, and yeah.
Oh. One little ripper. Factor they're supposed to build 15 pounds of boost. This one we saw the gauge go up to 18, so we do think something's done to it, which I want to turn that dial back and bring it back to 15, but we'll see. Maybe 18 won't be enough in a few months, and I'll turn it up to fucking 20.
He wants to do a full resto. Meanwhile, I'm telling him to fucking send it and take Hellcats out with this thing, because it's possible. Oh, yeah. Anyway, a quick little walk around. As you can tell, has some little, like I guess battle scars, but that's nothing too bad. We'll do paint, probably wait till the end, like all the other cars. Just a couple little rust spots, nothing too bad. Today we will be dealing with some pretty bad rust. It's mainly, look at the rat over there.
We have a friend.
We do have a friend in the shop finally. Shop animal. Great. Okay.
Where is this guy hiding?
I don't know where he's hiding, but he just distracted the video. Anyways, has a nice Fox rear end, but this has the SVO wing on it, which is a double decker.
Hell yeah. I put my drinks over here, my food over here.
Exactly. Going around, it has one single exhaust pipe. It is an aftermarket exhaust, nothing like you can actually get on the market. It's more of like a custom exhaust. The metal's really thick on it, and I guess it has like MagnaFlow mufflers on it. Yeah. It's like 3 inches all the way. Interior also in pretty good condition. I would say the only thing we really have to do to it is reupholster the seat, something with the steering wheel, new dash, and of course headliner, like all the cars we've had. But it is a OEM leather interior.
Which was so funny because when we're looking for Fox bodies, I said I want a fucking leather interior. And he goes, man, there's no fucking leather interiors. The first one we look at has a leather interior.
And the funny part is, SVO really stands for silver vehicles only, because this man has a silver vehicle only curse. So, yeah. Now let's see finally under the hood.
So, hook latch, a little stupid, but nothing too bad. You gotta reach in here and pull on the strap. And the hood pops up. So, similar layout as any other Fox under the hood, except it's got a little 4-banger under the hood. We might have to bore it out. Just that 0.1 liter.
Yeah, we gotta get a
K24.
Gotta get a K24, right? So obviously right there is the turbo. Unique thing about this car, intercooler is right there. It's a top-mounted intercooler, functional, pretty sick. The guy that we bought this from gave us a bigger intercooler from the Thunderbird coupes. We might put it on, we'll see really what he wants to do. I'm trying to convince him to do that, or even put a front mount in it, but he just wants to keep it OEM and just make it all look nice, which I respect that as well. We need that on the channel. No, we don't. I know what you guys want to see. I'll make it happen. Anyways, has a original AC in this car, is just disconnected right here. Heater works, blower, all of that stuff. There is now 2 bad spots of rust on this car. One is right here. It's not the strut tower, thankfully. That's the bad stuff on most Foxes. In this case, this Fox is pretty mint. It's right over here underneath the battery where the sway bar goes. We will also today go and chop out the metal that we need to weld in there from the guy that we bought it, because he's moving to Florida. What's up, Mateo?
It's not too sketchy.
Exactly.
Right now, it's not too sketchy. Today, the plan is to get this thing to be streetable enough for me to, you know, not be fucking scared to drive this thing.
Yeah. In other words, we got to change the diff fluid as it is leaking, change the gasket around it as well, and do something about the floor pan over on this side. Let's see if I can get a good clip of it. As you can see right there, that is the carpet.
That is mushy.
Yep.
So, yeah. Look at that. This is literally the carpet. So, nice. But other than that, not too many bad spots of rust. If you look under everywhere else, it's literally just surface rust. Like this doesn't even have any rust on it. So floor pans already ordered, should be coming in today. So we'll get that done, and hopefully should be streetable.
Exactly. Now the thing that's nice about Fox bodies is they have been restored now for quite a lot of years. So there's parts everywhere. A lot of companies that make these parts. So we're able to get, what, 2 floor pans. We got both floor pans just to do the other side while we're at it. Yep. How much did we pay for them? Or you
$250, and that's with expedited shipping. So I think the actual subtotal before the shipping was around $210, $220, which is not bad at all.
Which is not bad for these classic cars.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get to work on taking this interior out.
All right, so we got the wheels off. I'm gonna go grab that flashlight and I'll give you a look around underneath the car for the rust. This thing's pretty nice. So we can look into the wheel wells first. So as you see, not bad. I think it still has the original Coney struts, which they should have rebuild kits for. What's cool about the SVOs is that up top you have dampening adjustment for the shocks. So I guess coilover is not needed up front. Going underneath the car, as you can see on the fender, is a bit of rust, but fenders can be replaced. Going over here, that's what we were showing before. Rest of the car, absolutely nothing. Just some big oil leaks up front, but nothing a gasket set from Rock Auto won't solve. So yeah, most of the car is mint. You know, we're just gonna have to replace this garbage right here.
Grab it from here. GoPro, too much.
GoPro might be too much, bro.
Alright. I don't remember there being a hole in the carpet on my Fox body. Yeah.
I think this is for a beer cooler or an amplifier. We'll see.
All right, well, that seat's out. The rear seats are out. Just gotta get the front driver's seat out. And then a few more things, and then we take the carpet out and see how bad the floor pans really are. No, I'm already looking at the fucking damage.
Oh boy.
Damage we gotta deal with. Oh my gosh.
But
when we pull this carpet out, it's gonna come out with the floor pan as well.
Yep. Great. Fucking disgusting.
On top of your seat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's what we need to fix.
Yeah. Hopefully there's clean metal to weld to. I think we'll be okay. Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll definitely be okay. Alright. Well, that's fucking scary. We just replaced everything, Chief.
Yeah. Fucking bolted on right there. The wire.
I don't want this shit. Actually,
no, it's gonna smell bad. It's just, don't forget, it smells like piss in here.
True. Oh wow! Look at all that sound insulation.
Reduction.
I put kill mat in it. This seems like some fucking sorcery.
You can probably what's it called, frame this.
Yeah. So my room smells like piss, right?
Exactly. Wonder if VIN number's on here. Yeah, this is everything related to your VIN number as well.
Cool. I'll use that as a fire starter. Okay, so we got the floor pans in, and Alex has already started hacking up the SVO.
Yep.
As you can see, he's flintstoning right now.
Yep, using a chisel, a little bit of angle grinding just for right here on the tunnel. I'm not cutting it too much. For now, I'm just getting rid of the rust. When it comes to putting the floor pans in, then I'm going to be cutting it and aligning it so that it's perfectly no gap with the floor pan. Right now, I'm also using a chisel to get rid of the spot welds over here on the frame rail. So literally, there was the floor pan was just tack welded here. So you take this and you just keep banging it across so you get it all out. Same thing goes here over here with seam sealer. It seems like I am going to have to do some custom like fabricating, like some metal. We're going to have to bend some metal and weld it in here because this part of the car also has a little bit of rust. And the floor pan kit doesn't cover that. But we're gonna have to save this piece of metal, which isn't bad, just has surface rust, but getting this off of it is gonna be a pain in the ass. Hopefully the chisel thing works. And then there's also the frame rail, which is in good shape, but I have to save that as well.
Yep. So
yeah, that's the update when it comes to the floor pans.
So he's in an absolute nightmare right now. I just woke up from my nightmare. I was pulling this shit off of the diff so I can get to the fill plug. Now I'm gonna go scrape some rust out of it, and hopefully the fill plug will come out. And then that means I can drain the diff and get one of the scariest parts of the car fixed up. So we'll update you then. Okay, so I got the fill plug out and loose. As you can see, I can just go in there and untwist it by hand now, which means I can finally pull off the pan. So now let's see, there shouldn't be anything that comes out of here because this thing is nearly fucking empty. Oh, howdy.
Howdy.
But I'm just gonna put this in, back this back in slightly, and I'll start pulling the pan off. I'm literally expecting to see like maybe a fucking ounce of fluid in there. Alright, so I didn't forget to press record, but I pulled the pan off. Looks pretty healthy in here. I take that back. No, that's just rust. Okay. That's
rust in your diff.
That's rust that fell in there from taking the cover off. But it doesn't look bad. It's very green in here. Fucking Shrek diff.
Shrek what?
Shrek diff. Green as fuck in here.
I heard that differently, but okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna clean up the old RTV and toss my own in there, and I'll also fucking refresh the pan while I have this off already, because I don't want to take this off again when I want to, paint this shit. So I'm gonna do that right now. So progress is coming along. Alex fully got the floor pan out,
but still got a lot to do. But yeah, most of it out.
Yep.
It's fucking hot in here, hella humid.
Yep. So this is still here. I was pulling all the sound insulation off, at least most of it. I'm gonna leave it in certain spots. That's just, most of it is falling off already, so might as well just take all of it off. And you never know, there might be some hidden rust underneath that I could catch. But right now, I went over this with a wire wheel, vacuumed it up. So I'm just gonna hit this with a rust reformer. And then I'll start moving outwards onto over here, pulling this panel off with rust reformer. I'm gonna rust reformer all the inside of the car, and then paint all of it. So that's what I'm doing. And as the diff is still drying over here since it's so damn humid. You can still see the wet spots on there. But once that dries, I'll hit it with a silver coat and throw it back on there, put some fluid in there, and it'll be good. So I'll update you then.
All right, so we got most of it cut out. Right now we're just test fitting this floor pan, and as you can see, it fits pretty well. There's some areas where we are gonna have to do more welding, as in, well, right now I did push it up, but it does fit nicer. But over there, as you see, there's a hole still, so we're going to cut more of that out and then just weld in the sheet metal.
Yep.
And we'll do that for any other places that still need it. For now, this is it. I traced the line around it, and we're gonna just cut like an inch off of the line, clean it all up, weld it in there, and we'll see what happens after that.
Yep.
You can see, nice looking floor pan and crappy looking floor pan. And if we look here, the floor pan has a little message for us. It says 2.3 liters. More like 2.3 inches.
All right, so it's the next day. Yesterday we went Mustang part shopping, but I'm pretty sure this was already done and we already recorded this, but most of this tunnel, or actually the floor pan, is out. Just trying to get it chopped up so the floor pan fits nicely in there so we can weld both from the top and from the bottom. Anything to say?
We got most of the interior ripped out. A lot of shiz primed. Headliner's gonna get them out next. Yeah, it's slow and steady, but we'll get it done. Make sure to take your time. We're gonna be doing this floor pan again in like 20 years.
As you can see, I put rust reformer on absolutely everything back here. So now I'm just waiting for it to dry, and then I'll go over it with some silver paint. But yeah, as Alex said, the headliner does have to come out next, because that will have to be reupholstered. But now I need to find some safety glasses and get to grinding this. So I'll keep you updated on that. Also, the diff cover is finally dry, so soon I'll be able to just hit it with a coat of metallic paint, put it back on there, fill it up, and that should be done. Floor pan is ready. Everything's grinded down from the interior as well as the exterior. Alex is already set up over here and he's just tacking this in.
Yeah.
You pushed that up a lot closer than it was before, right?
What do you mean?
Towards that back wall?
This?
Yeah, there's less of a gap over here now.
I'm bending this way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
But, yeah. It's really fucking annoying to weld rusty thin metal. Like this side, the other side of this has just a bunch of surface rust, so it's easy to burn through it. So right now, I'm literally just going around tiny tack welds, and then where there's a gap, like over here as you see, there's a gap. This gap is here mainly because this floor pan isn't really perfect for this car. As you see, it has like these ridges, which the factory one doesn't have. So basically, I'm taking the hammer after I tack weld it in. I don't really tack weld it in too much yet, so I don't want the tack weld to break, but beat it with the hammer until it's completely flat. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. What are you doing over there?
Yep, and since Alex is doing the floor pan right now, I need to get this cleaned up as soon as possible. So as you can see, the rust at the shit, but we'll still be able to reuse it. It's not, you know, a big structural piece of the car. And if anything, you know, if we can't weld these flaps, we'll weld straight down, you know, perpendicular to the floor pan. So it'll turn out okay. So I'm gonna just keep working on this, and we'll keep you updated on what's going on with the floor pan and when it will be finished.
Okay, man, I am tired, but here's the progress. Got a lot cut out on this side. Yep, you can see the bottom. You can see Amontis over there struggling because we have to do a temporary patch for the fuel lines, just temporarily. We'll do like AN or rubber hoses in the future. And we're currently also replacing a brake line because it decided to go kaput. So yeah.
If you want to pass the camera, I'll show them around in my little new home. So I just pulled this fitting out right here from the rubber hose line for the brakes. And the brake line that runs all the way over there is kaput. So I'm gonna go to probably AutoZone and get some new line. At the same time, when I got the car, there's a big fuel leak right here. Obviously you can't see it now because it's not under pressure, but when it's under pressure, this fitting, it leaks a lot, and there's just a rag over it. So what I'm gonna do for the time being, because I'm not gonna do new lines today, but I will eventually, is I'm just gonna snip the line right here. I'm gonna get new hose, clamp it onto this plastic line, and the fitting on the fuel pump, because SVOs have two fuel pumps, there's one in the tank and there's one over here. The fitting on the fuel pump itself has a little, what the fuck would you call that?
What?
Like a lip, right? It has a little lip around it, so I could technically just hose clamp it down and it will hold. So that's good news. I was stressing about this fucking fuel pump. I don't know why they put two fuel pumps in this shit. Doesn't need it, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna make a quick parts store trip while Alex struggles with the floor pan.
Yep. I just got to also cut out this rust right here. As you can see, we're gonna cut it everywhere. Just good sheet metal. Once I lay the floor pan in and weld it in, I'm gonna take some straight metal and weld it straight down. So yeah, we'll see you back when Amontis gets back.
All right, so back from the store, as well as worked on this for a couple of hours or so, but I got the line They didn't have 10 feet. I needed 10 feet. I ended up buying 25 feet, which will be all right. And we got some fittings as well. It's a fucking mess in here, but we got new fittings. So we'll be able to do the brake line. I already started painting a little bit over here, but realized that's a bad idea halfway through, because the grinder kicks up all the, you know, rocks and shit over here, all the dirt. And Alex has already mocked out all of his pieces for welding, so he'll get that tacked in soon. I also hit some seam sealer over there, as you can see. Not the prettiest, but I made sure to get good coverage. A little trick is to spit on your finger if you don't have a wet sponge to, you know, even it out. You spit on your finger and then you rub it, so the urethane or whatever the hell you're using won't stick to your fingers. So yeah, we're slowly moving along. I don't know if I recorded this, but I put the diff cover on and put RTV on it, so that's sitting there. With the RTV, I put the RTV onto the actual cover itself, and I instantly put it onto the diff, hand tightened the bolts, and then an hour later I went back and torqued them all down to 25 foot-pounds in a crisscross pattern. So that's nice. I'm gonna give it maybe until tomorrow before I put diff fluid in it, just to let the red RTV cure fully. Usually when I'm in a rush, I don't give it 24 hours to cure, but since we got an extra day to finish this up, I'll give it 24 hours to cure. So yeah, that's that for now. I'll give you guys a little update once we have the other side floor pans welded in, and once we'll be doing that right over there, which there's just a little hole to patch over there, and then we can seam seal everything and we can start pulling the headliner out. So that'll be nice. I can also and should also tighten my handbrake while I'm here, so maybe I'll do that right now. See you in a bit. All right, so I'll be filling up the diff fluid now. So I'm gonna use some red line friction modifier because it is a limited slip diff. So SVO calls for 4 ounces, so I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna grab my 4 ounces and pour it into this bottle here.
Look at that progress.
Yeah.
Floor pans are in. A lot of the car's painted. Nice.
Yep.
So yep, all the floor pans are in. After we were done welding, we seam sealed it, and then we primed it with that rust reformer and painted it. We didn't get most of that on camera because the camera died and we forgot to bring a charger here. But as you see, came out looking nice.
Yep. Now I just gotta wait for a few spots of seam sealer to dry so I can go over it with paint. And we could probably start tossing the carpet back in.
Perfect.
But first we gotta get that brake line figured out.
Oh, the brake line?
Yeah.
Shit, never mind. I'm gonna take the day off. Alright.
Oh, sorry. Alright, so we just cut the line that we needed for the brakes. And Alex is gonna flare the end of it, and of course can't forget the fitting. We have that on there.
Even if you do forget the fitting, the other end isn't fitted, so
yep,
it'll be fine. Nice and tight. I've done quite a few brake jobs with this, and it's holding up. So as you're looking at it, it's like right there, it looks flat. And boom, hopefully it's not too big of a fitting. Oh. Which way is my righty tighty? There we go. You get your trumpet looking guy, you take your fitting and you make sure it's good. And as you see, I don't know if we can show this on camera, but the side of the fitting is perfectly tapered to this guy. So this should be perfect.
Yep, that's a perfect line.
And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And this brake line is done.
The line is in. As you can see, new line is ran. There's that union fitting right there. New line is ran all the way to that splitter down there. I can show you right here. And yeah, so brake line's finished, fuel lines are patched, Except actually one spot still needs to be patched. You know, that can be done in a few minutes. I literally just have to jack the rear of the car up and
All right, as you saw, brake lines are installed. We just bled the brakes. Went really well, no issues.
For once.
Yeah, for once when it comes to brake lines. That's kind of why we stopped doing the ES, because we just fucking don't feel like dealing with it right now. But anyways, next is putting the interior back in. So we're gonna start with the carpet. Then we're gonna do all the trim. Right now we're gonna leave the headliner out, just because we don't have enough time to do it. But headliner's not too hard. I've done it in my Mustang, and I'll definitely make a video on that.
All right, so we got the almost entire interior assembled. As you can see, everything's back in. We are missing a few things. That obviously needs to get bolted in. We don't have any bolts for the rear of the seats. But other than that, she's all in there. So now we're gonna give it a nice little courtesy start to just make sure we're not leaking something. What'd you do? Make sure she's out of gear. Oh.
This is no fuel.
So just let it keep fucking pumping then. Unless our wires are dicked. Do you think my fuel pump is toast? Alright, well, we'll try to figure this out and do another update. Alright, so we're back. Luckily, it was something very simple. It was just a fuel relay, which in these Foxes, they sit under the seat. So we just went to AutoZone, copped a fuel relay for about 17 bucks. And that solved the issue, so the car starts now. So we're just gonna clean up right now, and then...
Whoops, didn't mean to disturb you guys.
And then we'll take her for a test drive. Okay. I don't have my key.
Are you gonna hit my EP3?
What?
Are you gonna hit my EP3?
I know.
Are you just starting it, or do you want me to move my car?
Yeah, can you move your car first?
Okay. Send it.
What?
Send it.
Good, the seatbelt actually works.
Is my teeth good? Yeah. Alright, guys.
How do I slide my seat up?
It's on the left side. It's over here. Look, you see how this one has it right here? Yeah.
I don't feel it.
I'm not reaching over there.
What the fuck?
Right here, look.
Yeah, I know, but mine don't have it.
Or is it on the right side for you? No. No, that's the fucking pump.
What the fuck is happening?
Box body virgins. It's right there. Right here, yeah.
That shit don't work.
Legs aren't long enough?
I guess not.
Alright, well if you guys can't tell, we're in the Fox body, letting it idle, and Yeah, we're gonna take it for a little test drive to Quick Check.
Oh my god, I can actually press the clutch in all the way without fucking breaking my fucking legs.
See how it drives.
Oh, indeed.
I should also mention Amanda's only been driving manual for like 4 days.
That's good.
Dude,
What's up?
that thing is fucking sick.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Right?
All right, bro, do a burnout. Let's fucking
No.
Let's run it.
I think the diff is fucked.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Diff will be fine.
Oh shit.
Exactly.
Alright, dude. You hear the turbo noises?
I hear it.
Right? Fucking nice. Rear end went right there. You felt it?
Nope.
Yeah, rear end slipped. Whoopsie. Too much boost, yeah?
Yeah. What if I can get a 6 shot like this?
Maybe. It does need a bath really bad because there's just rust and dust all over it.
It needs rust repair on the quarters. It needs a paint job, but she's a unit.
She is a unit. So be expecting a full series on this build as well as the EF hatch. And I'm sure we'll have some videos coming along for that little girl over there.
Both of them actually. A lot of parts for the EP3 when it comes to the suspension.
That is true.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.